All right, guys. Welcome back to the Happy Time Podcast. I'm Flames Kid.
I am Lena.
And I'm Chris Cass.
And welcome back to episode number 12.
This is a terrible idea.
What's a terrible
The
idea?
fact that we're doing this so late. This is just a terrible idea, man. On a weekday, we all got jobs tomorrow.
Very responsible.
Very.
Hey, man, you gotta respect the hustle, though.
We're continuing to record these episodes even though
We shouldn't.
we shouldn't be doing it.
Not that we shouldn't be recording. It's that we shouldn't be recording very late on a weekday when all three of us work very early in the morning.
Yeah, see, but you guys don't have to work on the weekends. I still have to be there on Saturday at least.
Hey,
my job wants me to be there on Saturday. I'm fighting.
There's a difference between having to be there on Saturday and wanting you to be
signed
there.
up for it.
yeah, you
I'm
did.
not saying anything. I'm just saying there's a difference.
Yeah, I
Anyways, Lena, since you're talking about weeks and shit, what you do this week?
What did I do this week? Well, from the last podcast, not much. Continued to work and been enjoying baseball. I'm kind of sad that it's coming towards an end, but there's still plenty of games left to watch. It's getting really exciting to see who's possibly going to go to the World Series. I'm a Dodger fan. Yes, everybody loves and hates them. And today, one of the reasons why we're recording pretty late today is because we were watching the final game for the Giants and the Dodgers. And Dodgers are going to, we're going to move up, even though everybody's trying to take it from us from a bad call.
It's gonna be like
it was kind of a terrible call. To be honest.
it's gonna be like the Mexico and Netherlands game.
Oh,
Right
yeah,
up and
no,
down.
right up and down. He didn't go. He didn't go.
Yeah,
But like I told you before, and like I told both of you guys while we were watching the game, it's not on the Dodgers. It's on the umpires who decided to make that bad call to end the game. Like that sucks because that took away from the Giants. Yes, they were on their what was it? They were on their second.
They had a chance, dude. They had a legitimate chance.
Yeah, but like I said, it's just a bad call, dude. The umps, I'm pretty sure, knew what they did and they fucked up. And unfortunately, and unfortunately, depending on how you're looking at it, the Dodgers won.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like we've had bad calls throughout games, and this is just part of it. Unfortunately,
Nah, bro.
it's human error. It's human error.
There's a difference between this and all the other.
just
things,
this
but-
bad call did not cost them the game entirely.
Are you serious?
Not entirely.
Are you
It's not
serious?
like
Are you
they
literally
were-
saying that on the thing right now? It didn't cost them the game entirely.
You act like they were about to score.
They
Like-
had a
like if
man
they
on first. This
on
guy
first,
was
that's not
fighting.
scoring
He
position.
was fighting all the foul balls, and you can't tell me that he wasn't because he was fouling everything off.
Okay.
He had a fighting chance. You can't say
Point
that.
is,
you can't say he didn't.
point is that we can't blame teams for umpires' calls. So, unfortunately, the Dodgers move on to the next round, and the Giants, stay at home. But with that being said, Lena, what else? What else have you been up to?
That's kind of been the majority of my week. I had a pretty cool experience that I got out of work one day, and on my way home, there's Liquorland in Long Beach, Long Beach
Ooh.
Boulevard. Yeah, so I went in there, and I'm a very curious person, and so with the way that they have it, it's kind of along with a Green Olive, which is a Mediterranean food place, which is amazing to just start with. But it's also like a liquor store, and then they have a special refrigerator, which is where they have like craft beers and just a bunch of different unique things that like you could find at Corked or different places from Total Wine. So I was in there for a while. I only had like a cardigan on, and so as I'm going throughout the whole like thing, which is, like I said, it's not very big, but there's so many beers in there on the shelves that I was just trying to read through to see what am I in the mood for this time. And the manager comes out, and he comes into the refrigerator, and he's asking if I'm okay, because he was like joking that he thought that there was something wrong with me because I was basically like, I was looking at the bottom shelf, and I was kind of really close to the ground, and I think he thought something was wrong. Maybe he thought I was passing out from how cold it was in there. Don't get me wrong, I was definitely freezing. But he introduced himself, and I told him what I was doing there. I told him that, we have a podcast, and Every week we review a new beer, trying to see what's out there, explore taste, and then also give our listeners kind of an idea of what else they can try to get people out of their comfort zones. And so his name is Stan. He says every beer that was on the shelf he's tried himself. He's the one who orders, and he's really good at recommending beer. He makes some himself with his wife, and I thought that was pretty cool because he says there's a deeper appreciation once you actually know the process of making it, because it's very privileged to just be able to grab a can from the shelves and say like, oh, I just bought it. And then we can complain about the prices, of course, as we've mentioned before. Some of them kind of cost, a lot. But there's a lot of stuff that goes into the process of making beer. And it also depends on the type of ingredients and the quality of the ingredients that put stuff at their price point.
Like any food.
Well, I mean, absolutely. But that's the thing is, like, you can complain about how expensive a beer costs, but you're not seeing, you can't, sometimes you miss why it's that much,
I get you, because I'm in the business where I have to sell people stuff, and like, yeah, the customer may see it like, yeah, the part costs $200. Why are you charging me $1,000? It's not just about the part. The part is part of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of work and labor and planning that comes into it, because there's not just one type of hop. There are different types. There's a variety of hops. There's a variety of other ingredients that come into it if you want to put fruit flavors in. And some of it has to be aged. Some of it has to be, and it's also cleanliness. He said that his first batch got infected, and his wife ended up, he was joking about her becoming like a chemist because she wanted to perfect the next batch. But even though their first batch didn't come out perfect, he was still very proud that they gave it a shot, and it allowed them to learn the process and appreciate it more. Because that's just one. Imagine all these companies who are making variety of beers and for a large quantity, because they're trying to distribute it across the world or across the nation, and trying to get it to everybody's hand so they can drink it and enjoy it.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, you can't really compare it, because these bigger companies have the people they pay to, like...
I know, but I'm just, it's an example.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into it anyways, even though, yes, there are employees, and some of these companies can be very big. But yeah, so it was really cool experience, and he got to show me how he intentionally laid out the store, because I was just going around reading everything. I kind of saw that there was a flow, but he showed me. He's like, I haven't finished labeling everything, but this is kind of the layout. He showed me where all the sours are all of the imported beer. So they have imported beer from China, from Japan, even from Mexico, which is like pretty interesting. I kind of want to try some of those, because they're like made with organic stuff from the homeland, and that's really cool. And then he just showed me around and how they lay it out. And then they also have like a build your own 6-pack, which is something that you'll see like at Total Wine. So they have that, and they also have, like, if there's something that's not available as a single, you can ask them to break a 4-pack or something, and they'll be able to price it individually and allow the other 3 or 2, however you're leaving behind, to be bought separately for someone else. That way you don't have to buy a pack if you just want to try it.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so and then if you guys want to follow them on Instagram, it's Liquorland Long Beach. He says he's very interactive, that he's the one who kind of manages the account. He even gave an example how some people might message him about what they're eating at a restaurant and then whatever is on their menu, and he really likes to pick out a beer for you that will match your meal. And he seemed very well informed, and it kind of also inspired me to want to look more into how beer is made and the different types of hops and the different ingredients, so that we can also just share it with everybody. So we're not just talking about how it tastes, like where it's heavy, it's light, it's bitter, not bitter, what kind of beer it is, kind of more into like why it's bitter, what kind of hops make it bitter, or some more stuff like that. So I would like to be more informed, more educated, to really enlighten our listeners.
Okay. That
yeah,
sounds very interesting.
yeah, that was, I guess that's one of the highlights of the week. Just, a small business owner coming out and actually acknowledging us, and then he said, we should shout them out, and that he's always there. He's always, around to kind of just help the customers, and he loves to recommend things because he's pretty knowledgeable in beers.
Awesome. Well, yeah, we give them a shout out. We did follow them on Instagram, so if you guys have a hard time looking for them, just on our Instagram page, you'll see that we're following them. But yeah, how about you, Cass?
Well, I'm kind of piggybacking on Lena's liquor store adventures.
Yeah.
I kind of went to Total Wine this week as well, and I was just generally looking for beer like I usually do, and I want to try something new. So I don't know if anybody's been to Total. I mean, obviously you guys have, but like our listeners, if they've ever been to Total Wine or anything like that, they're usually people roaming around and they ask you like, hey, like, are you looking for something? Kind of anywhere you go to, because honestly, like, I've started noticing that a lot of people started doing that. Like, hey, like, are you looking for anything? Or they start to approach you.
It's good customer service for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So there was this one guy. I was right there. I was just like looking at beers, stuff that I've seen before, stuff that I've tried, and I was just looking around. And he just comes up to me. He's like, hey, like, do you know what you're looking for? And I'm just like, nah, man, I'm just looking around and stuff. And he was like, all right, cool. And he just continues to start stocking the shelves or whatever, or what he was doing. And then like I saw him like help customers while I was just like looking there, while I was just being there looking for beers. He was like helping customers, and I was kind of like listening in on their conversations every now and then. Not really like eavesdropping, but like they were like so close to me, like it was hard to like just ignore them. And it was like, beer nowadays is kind of like wine, where it has its own like unique flavors.
Yeah, it's getting really
and like you were saying, he likes to pair food with beer. It's kind of the same thing as wine.
Yeah,
where you pair your foods with wine.
Yep. Seafood, fish, white wine, meats, red wine, and then obviously it gets way more in depth from that. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so he was just like helping them, and I was kind of like listening to what he was saying, and like he was like really knowledgeable. So it got to the point where he kind of like, he didn't pester me, but he asked me like a second time, like, hey, like, do you know what you're looking for? And I was just like, nah, dude, I'm just like looking around. And then he asked me, he was like telling me like, oh, like, what do you normally drink? And I was like, all right, like in my head, I'm just like, okay, like I'll just indulge him, see what he says. And I'm just like, well, normally I go to IPAs because obviously Voodoo, please sponsor us. But yeah, normally I go to, like, I told him like, normally I drink IPAs. And he goes like, okay, like, well, have you tried that one? And it's a beer from Stone that is called Best by 1031. And what he told me about that beer is that they brew it for a limited time. So not only is the beer called Best by 1031, but it's also its expiration date. Well, not expiration date, but it's best by time, Mm-hmm. So they brew a batch that literally expires on the 31st. They can all of it and they send it out. That's basically the gist of what he was telling me. So all the beer that you buy from 1031 was brewed at the same time.
Whoa.
Pretty much.
That's wicked cool.
Yeah, dude. So he was telling me like, hey man, like, like if you like IPAs, you should totally try that one. It's a 9.5. And in my head, I'm just like, damn. 9.5? Like,
yeah.
It would be like bitter, or something is wrong with it. And
super sour maybe.
Probably. Yeah. But he was telling me like, cause he, what did he say? Who did he say he went to go see? I think he said he went to go see Isaiah Rashad recently, and he said he took one of those beers and he like downed it before he left, because pre-gaming, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not like a rare thing out there nowadays. But yeah, he was basically pre-gaming, and he took that beer and he had to go, so he just downed it. And I'm just like, dude, if you like 9.5 and you can down it, like, that's kind of interesting. So we kept talking about it. And yeah, like he eventually convinced me to take a 6-pack of those things. And damn, dude, they're pretty freaking good. I'm not gonna lie. It's if you like IPAs, and if you like IPAs or you don't like IPAs, and you want to have like something smoother, Best by 1031 by Stone is pretty good right now, man. To be honest, and like I said, 1031. That's the time you have to get it. And what he was telling me is that when the 31st rolls around, like anything that we don't sell, they basically send it back.
What?
Yeah, that's the gist of what he was telling, or that's the gist of what I understood that he was telling me. So
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, like a mini beer review, 1031 Best by 1031 by Stone, pretty good beer. You guys should go try it out. I highly recommend it for any IPA drinkers, and for those people that want to start drinking IPAs, definitely a beer to start with, because it does not taste like an IPA. Like when you drink it, you don't taste the 9.5. You just taste like a hazy IPA.
Right, but as much as the flavor might not taste like an IPA, because I did get to try it from Cass, but I wouldn't recommend it to newbies because that's gonna slap. Versus, well,
obviously don't down it. Like take a sip of it.
But I can picture myself downing something like that because the flavor didn't taste like a 9.5
at
all.
But then again, you've had an IPA before.
I guess.
So a lot of new people is like, hey, you know what? Try this, but don't down it. Obviously,
always drink responsibly.
Always, never drink and drive. You gotta fit those in somewhere, man. But yeah, so all in all, me and this dude, like, we started talking. He was telling me, like, I'm sorry, like, if I'm boring you with all these like beer words and stuff like that. I was like, and I told him, like, dude, like, honestly, bro, like, I'm into beer too. I didn't bring up the podcast just because I thought, like, it would kind of get in the way of the conversation or whatever.
Yeah.
But the point of the story is, this guy, his name was Freddie, and he was in the Total Wine in Hawthorne.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Total Wine by Hawthorne.
Okay.
That's the one I went to. That's where I met him. And I told him, like, hey, dude, like, I'm gonna be here like every once a month or stuff like that, like spaced out. If I see you, I'll say what's up.
Yeah.
So if I go back and I see him, like, I'll tell him what's up, and I'll see what new things he has for me.
Right. Yeah,
he's basically the plug at this point.
Yeah, that's awesome, and that's why I was like, I guess that's probably why I brought up the podcast to Stan. Not that I need a plug, because we're gonna buy them anyways. We don't make money from this. This is all from fun.
Like, nobody sponsors us. We would
until
love
Voodoo.
Until Voodoo sponsors us.
Hey, those t-shirts though. Those are badass t-shirts.
Voodoo, you need to stop playing with those t-shirts. Like,
Voodoo, you need to stop playing with our emotions.
I know, because you keep on liking the post. You need to, like, reply and say, hey, we're going to sponsor you guys, or we're going to send you some free merch, because y'all playing too much.
Which reminds me, I need to go buy more V2Ks until
they stop
making them.
Uh-huh.
I'm literally going to cry the moment I go, and then it's just not there on the shelves, and it's probably off Future Hop. As much as I actually did like Future Hop, I just haven't found something as much as I love the V2K.
Honestly, I would say Best by 1031 is probably almost as good as V2K.
No,
it's not as fruity though.
It's not as fruity. That's why I say almost as good. Yeah. It's not as fruity.
It was good though.
But it's good.
And
it's really good.
It's definitely stronger.
I would like. I'm gonna finish this 6-pack already.
Yeah.
I think I have like 3-4 left, maybe. I don't know.
But,
but if I see it again, I'm gonna go buy it.
Well, remember, after, I mean, I know we kind of, I don't know if we mentioned this at the beginning or not, but today's Lena's pick. Technically, you're next. So, I mean, if you wanted to review that beer.
No, that's the thing. It's too late.
Yeah, dude. Like, the whole point of this podcast is to try a beer that we've never had.
Right.
A beer that neither of us have an opinion or a bias towards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of broke that rule when we did V2K.
Well, no,
but we were all in agreement when you said you were gonna pick it.
No, but that's not it. We didn't just review V2K.
Yeah, we did Future Hop.
We got Future Hop.
Yeah.
And that was the main course.
Yeah. Right. So technically, Future Hop we had never tried before that podcast.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah, and just like I was probably gonna mention this beer that Cass got me because he knows I'm a Dodger fan. It was
Red Beard.
It's the Red Beard from Los Angeles Ale Works, and it's representing Justin Turner from the Dodgers.
I want to say it's his beer. At least that's what the Freddie told me.
Okay, I believe that. and
Yeah.
it's one pint. It's a 7.5 alcohol by volume. It is kind of sour, but I like it because it's not so heavy. And then it just
I
has
actually haven't tasted it.
well,
I
there's
wait.
one left.
Oh, okay.
There's one left. I just really got into that. You know, I had to at least drink them while they were playing for, luck. Anything I could do to help.
Well, now you know you need to buy a pack of those for the
I
next
will.
series of games.
I will. Trust me. Because we're going to go against the Braves. And
Hey, man, 4 beers, all you got to do is win 4 games.
ha.
There
Actually,
you go.
I just looked it up. It's actually 5 games.
5 games?
Yeah,
I thought
so-
it was best of 7.
Nope. So it's 5 games and they start on Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
They literally said on the TV
I know,
they
but
go against the Braves for 7.
I just checked and it's
No, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, damn. They fucked up on TV?
I don't know.
It
Maybe.
wouldn't be the first time. Come on.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
All right. So I guess it's my turn. And we
Yeah, you tell us how your week's been.
It's funny because when I said that, the thing says 666.
The number of the beast.
Sorry, that was just random. Yeah, my week has been pretty good. I want to say, beginning from, I guess from Monday. I told you guys before on the last podcast, I started my new job. It's been good actually. I don't really normally say that about jobs because I know the spiel. You know, you go into a job, you think you like it, and then you hate it, and that's happened to me.
Amen.
And that's happened to me twice already.
Not yet. Not yet.
In the last 4 years, I started jobs, 3 actually, and I thought I liked them, and then I hated them. You know, and yes, I know I've only been with this company now 2 weeks, but I'm honestly excited to start. You know, it revitalized my love for plumbing that I had lost from my previous company.
Mm-hmm.
And just everybody's attitude is, pretty awesome. You know, it's kind of endearing in a way. So I'm excited.
It just means that company takes care of their workers, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really
It
do.
really sounds like it.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
really do care, and I appreciate everybody's love. I know some of you guys listen to the podcast, so if you guys are listening to this and you guys work with me, shout out to you guys. But yeah, it's been work, literally all week long. I've been getting home a little late, but I've been able to catch the Dodger games, which have been pretty
Intense.
intense. I think intense is just too easy of a word. I think it's more like it's on the verge of like
I mean, intense is honestly the best word you can use for that.
No, I think it goes beyond that.
What word is more intense than intense?
Extreme.
Yeah.
Extreme
Hey,
intensity.
Let me tell you that 9th inning for this Dodgers and Giants game, it was beyond intense. Like my heart was beating almost outside of my chest. I felt my whole body shaking. I just didn't know where it's gonna go. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, and it did end up with that bad call, which I hate, but
I mean, it's like, yeah, like I'm against the bad call, but nobody's ever gonna let you live that down. You know that, right?
but that's the thing is like anyone who hates the Dodgers, which is Cass over here.
I don't hate the Dodgers.
Oh, sorry, you don't use the word hate. He doesn't like the Dodgers. He's anti-Dodger.
No, I don't. And I'm not anti-Dodger either. It's just I don't know, man. I don't want to get into the politics of it, but I guess I'll just take.
But yeah, it's just been mostly work and more work. Yes, I know. It sounds a little boring, but I'm actually excited for it. So if you guys live in the greater Los Angeles area and the San Fernando Valley,
Coming to a house near you.
yeah, you'll probably, if you guys need a plumber, you'll probably end up seeing me for the most part. But then again, there's like 100 other plumbers out there, so you never know.
More than 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. We fixing some. I don't know, man. We fixed some plumbing company today. No. When was it? Yesterday? I think it was yesterday. We fixed some plumbing company's truck yesterday. I can't remember the name of the plumbing company though.
I mean, if it's in your area, there's only a few plumbing companies around.
Can you name them?
I mean, I can.
But some of them travel, and some of them
yeah.
are
No,
placed-
but usually if
No,
you go,
but if it's in my area, then it
yeah,
has to be,
if the place is right there, like you can
Mhm.
fix it. Like it's like in Gardena area, there's usually like Matucci, there's Mike Diamond, there's Rotor Rooter, Mr. Rooter.
you
Ri-
lost me.
yeah, there's like a lot of other different companies. So
Yeah.
I mean, if you could describe the logo, I could probably tell you who it was.
I honestly don't remember. It was
Oh.
just like blue with fancy letters.
Oh,
That's all I remember from the logo, to be honest. Cause I really wasn't paying attention. I just saw plumbing company on it. I'm just like, oh, plumbing.
Plumbing.
Huh.
That's a funny word, plumbing. Have you ever thought
Yeah,
about
bro.
Plumbing.
Because the B is silent.
it? Yeah.
No.
totally.
Plumbing.
No, it's not. It's plumbing.
Oh my god, I love it when customers say plumbing.
It's plumbing.
It is plumbing.
I love it when they say that. Like they're like, "Are you gonna?"
English is the worst.
He's like, "Are you going to fix my plumbing?" And I'm like, "Sir, it's plumbing."
Really? You get pissed off of that?
I don't get pissed off of it.
Well, I mean, does that bother you?
It doesn't bother me. You know, it's just like plumbing. But anyways, yeah, that's been pretty much my week. I'm excited because we have a few things lined up for next week, and for the upcoming.
Ow, my leg.
Oh
Just
my
kidding.
god.
But yeah, let's get into the heart of this podcast. Lena, you want to let us know what we're getting into?
Sure. We're gonna be going over something from Upland Brewing Company. This is something that it might break a little tradition, which I'll get into, but it's something that was very recommended by Stan from Liquorland. He said it was something that it's like I've never tasted before. He couldn't put it into words in too much, and I kind of don't want to jump into that because I kind of want it to come from myself. But he really, really hyped this one up, and I had to take that sacrifice for this little tradition. But
You mean you took a big sacrifice?
I know. So, every podcast we have the crackening. This time, unfortunately, I didn't get a can. It came from bottles. So we're just going to be decapping. And it's just going to mess some things up. And Flames Kid hates me for this. But
I do. I hate you
yeah.
very much.
And the thing is
It just doesn't go, man. Decapping.
decapping. Well, we're going to decapitate this cap, right?
Are we gonna
Whoa,
DiCaprio
whoa.
this mother trucker too?
Yeah.
Wait, whoa. You guys are talking about DiCaprio and DiCaprio. Whoa.
DiCaprio.
That's what I'm saying,
Ooh.
bro. It brings
What?
up confusion.
And for Hugo, I'm so sorry. I know you love the crackening, but I kind of went off tangent here. And we got to try something new because honestly, not every beer is going to come in a can. There's different, companies and they got to do what they do, So this came in a bottle and we're now going to decapitate this.
Oh shit. All right.
All right, you guys ready for this? I hope this works out for us. I'm nervous.
Wait, hold on. Can we call this a decapping then?
That's what we said.
That's what we said.
That's what we said?
Yes.
I wasn't
Boy,
listening. I'm
you
sorry.
need to wake
Oh
up.
no, wake up, boy.
Oh, damn.
All right.
All right.
Okay,
Ready?
I agree with it completely.
All right.
Let's decap.
Go.
Here we go.
That's not very ASMR-y.
Oh, yeah.
Is it my turn?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
That was worth it. You know what?
Totally. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, bro.
That's
That-
a decapitating. I failed on that
Nice.
one. But
Yes,
that's
you did.
okay.
You
That's
kinda
okay. I
did.
couldn't get it. It didn't fit the
That's what she said.
We're back to that.
it didn't fit the cap, but you know what?
That's
It's
what
all
she
good.
said. All right.
Got him.
Let's go ahead and pour these
Got him.
guys.
For sure, for sure. Dude, that sounds
sounds
so
awesome.
good.
I'm not mad at not, doing the crackening. That was pretty cool. The way you guys popped it open.
I just like that. Bloop, 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 bloop,
No,
bloop.
not even that.
That's the best part, honestly. Like
Yeah.
that. I listen to a lot of ASMR, bro, and that glugging thing kind of gets me every time.
Yeah, that's pretty
To be
cool.
honest.
All right, let's give it a taste test here and let's see what it tastes like.
Yeah, first impressions.
Smell test? Smell test, anybody?
Smell?
It smells like medicine to me.
Like medicine?
Kinda. It smells like a. You know what it smells like to me?
Slimy.
Like straight up. You know what it smells like to me? It smells like the Flintstones vitamins.
Okay,
The vitamins.
I don't know what
that.
the
vitamins, the
chalky
hard
ones,
ones.
the chalky ones.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
The chalky ones.
I'm pretty sure it smells like that, but I've already given it a taste.
It don't taste like that.
Okay. Let me break it up for you guys.
Okay,
And for my Latinos listening to this podcast,
Bro,
right now.
this tastes like a grape.
No.
Sorry, not taste. It smells like a grape.
For my Latinos listening to this, and for those that are from the origin Mexican, there's a drink we have in Mexico called tejuinos. Okay,
It don't. Nah,
and-
you lying.
and this and a
Lying.
tejuino is corn based, so basically it's fermented corn, mixed in with like lime and other stuff and salt and stuff.
You lying.
And usually people drink this, you know, either when they're dehydrated, coming back from like being hungover. It's just very traditional in that sense. This beer has that taste.
You
Yeah.
lying, bro.
Try it.
Try it.
You lying.
Try it.
It kinda does.
Like a
It
tejuino.
kind of does.
Try it.
Try it.
Try it.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
It does.
Okay.
Oh my god! It
Okay.
does.
Made out of fermented corn, right?
Correct.
So we're reviewing Reservado. It's from Upland Sour Ales. It's Upland Brewing Company, but their sour ales series basically, because they're pretty known for their sour ales. It's a barrel aged fruit sour ale from Bloomington, Indiana. It's an ale aged on tangerine zest, salted limes, and pink grapefruit, and that's why it's aged.
Jesus Christ. This
So
has
I guess you want to say in a way fermented as well.
Look, this is really, really strong resemblance to tejuino. And like I said,
Dude.
most people won't know what this is, and I apologize for that. But if you look it up, the spelling is Tejuino. Like I said, it's a Mexican drink, I want to say. I'm not sure if it originated there, but for sure, I've seen, you know, my people, I guess, sell this, you know, as street vendors or something.
Yeah.
And like I said, the only reason I knew about this drink is because my dad brought me onto it. But this has a very, 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 very similar taste to that.
Yeah, it resembles a lot for sure.
There you go. That word
Yeah.
resembles.
Dude, I drink the shit out of this. I'm not
No.
even kidding, dude.
Now let me be very, very honest. This beer is very sour,
Yeah.
and I mean, this is
You want to know the crazy part?
Yeah.
Okay. So this beer is it's definitely it's aged as I said.
Yeah.
It's a 6% alcohol by volume. No IBUs.
Okay, that's got to be wrong because
Nah, because it's not even sour, bro.
it is sour.
It's a sour ale, but it actually does no, but it's not bitter. It's sour.
It's
not
sour, but
bitter.
it's not bitter.
It's not bitter at all.
That's true. That's very true.
So it's a sour ale. It has a sour taste
So-
because it's
IBUs don't apply to it because it's international bitter units. Not
Bitterness units.
bitterness units?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's not international bitterness units. It's international sourness units now.
The
yeah,
ISU?
The
It's
ISU, baby. I'm
Oh,
the one that
no.
started it.
oh no. So it's not bitter. It's actually really fresh.
Look,
It's kind of salty, but I like it. It's kind of like
It's a good salty.
yeah. It's really good.
it's a very man.
It's not seawater salty. It's lime with salt kind of salty.
Yeah. It like
I'll-
yeah.
I'll be honest. This beer won't be for everyone.
Probably not.
Because
That's true.
Because not everybody's gonna like this taste in their mouth.
It doesn't taste
You know,
like beer.
You know what
Yeah.
this reminds me of? This reminds me of pudding. And Lena saw me do this. I think it was yesterday,
What
Tuesday.
did you do?
Tuesday. Yeah, it was Tuesday. When I ate like a lime, like the remnants of lime with salt on it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this tastes like, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what this tastes like.
I mean, like I said, there's nothing wrong. You know, I don't mind the taste. It doesn't bother me. I love tejuino. So tejuinos, it has a very strong lime flavor aside from the fermented corn. So I don't mind the flavor, but if I were to give this beer to, somebody who doesn't really drink beer, they,
Well, but it doesn't taste like beer.
that's the thing. That's the
It's
thing.
like the Juino, according to you.
The problem is, if I gave this beer to somebody who doesn't really drink beer that much, they'd probably spit in my face and say, "What the fuck did you give me?"
I guess.
And it's not a bad beer. It's really not. But for this you need to have an acquired taste and a strong palate to like be able to drink this,
and an understanding.
That too. But yeah, I mean, I personally like the beer. There's nothing wrong with it. I personally like it.
It's a good ass beer.
Yeah, it is.
I like it.
It's very unique as well. I mean, I know it's a sour, and I think this is the first sour we actually have on the podcast.
No, wasn't the.
You know what? You're wrong.
The I'm wrong or you're wrong?
No. Sorry.
Don't tell me I'm wrong, bro.
I'm wrong. You're right. I think the first sour we had was the cherry
cones,
one.
The snow
the
cones.
snow cone one.
The snow cones.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's the first sour that we had.
So this would be our second sour.
Oh no,
Yeah.
and I brought that one too. I'm always going for the weird stuff, but I guess I'm just trying to like get us out of our comfort zone and I just like I said, I didn't choose this one entirely. He kind of really, really recommended it. There was another one that I'm into, but I won't name it just because I might end up picking it. I loved how the can looked. It was beautiful.
Well, don't worry, you'll get your chance to pick it.
But the thing is now it's harder because he introduced me more to the store. I got really comfortable with that little refrigerator, and
Yeah.
I kind of want to just sit there all day and freeze my butt off. Just keep reading more things because now I know where certain beers are. Where certain beers are, how it's more organized, and now he even showed me the corner that has like the themes, and then I kind of hated myself because I should have got something Halloween themed. I love Halloween. I'm so excited for it. I've always celebrated it growing up. It's always just been a thing my family does. So I'm gonna dress up. I'm gonna dress up probably every year till I'm old and raggedy. But it's just something that makes me really, really happy. Some people didn't grow up with that. And so I completely understand, and I have nothing against it. Don't get me wrong. I have some family members that were against it. But my mom always supported us, just being able to enjoy the holiday. And, well, to me, it is a holiday. So I'm so excited for it. We are going to Horror Nights soon. I won't say when, just because for safety reasons. But I'm so excited for it because we're going to be going with my cousins. And yeah, I love Halloween. I'm so excited for it coming. I don't know what the heck we're going to dress up as for this year, but I wish I could have gotten a Halloween themed beer, but he really recommended this, and I'm not gonna say I hate it. I actually kind of like it. It's really refreshing. It doesn't remind me as a beer at all. It kind of tastes like a mixed drink to me.
No, it's definitely a tejuino.
Well,
You
I
said
mean,
it 'cause it's
in that set, yeah.
No, I'm saying it because of the taste. Like, yeah, the salt has a part.
Exactly. You're saying it because it tastes salty.
Yeah.
I-
It's aged too. It's like, I guess that's what it is.
I mean, I understand why you're saying it. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're saying it because it tastes salty.
Yeah. So Lena, so you said that this was from the Upland Brewing Company?
Yeah, Upland Brewing Company. It's actually a lot bigger than I thought. I unfortunately had not heard too much about it, but this place is pretty cool. They have a lot of locations. They're mostly known for Indiana, the state of Indiana. They have like 6 locations throughout that state. They've been brewing beers for the past couple of years. I think they were established in 1997, which is the year I was born. Yes, that's how young I am. And yeah, they like to challenge and refine their craft. It's not about appeasing the trends and going with what's going on. It's all about, this is quoting their website actually, rolling up their sleeves and upholding our unique progressive ideas and ensuring our drinkers will appreciate Upland's beers as much as we do. Many of our brews are unique twists with the traditional recipes, while others are created with their own imaginations. So I thought that was pretty cool. And they also talk about how in 2006, they traded a case of beers for barrels from their friends from Oliver Winery. And ever since then, they've just been innovative, trying different things. So This isn't. This is one of their beers, of course, but they actually have award-winning sour ales. I wish I probably could have seen some of those. The thing is about that refrigerator is I don't have an Excel service, so I couldn't even look it up. I literally just took this guy's, opinion and I bought it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, like, usually I can, if I question it a little, I can look into some of the history or at least look at the brewing company, what kind of ingredients are probably in it, stuff like that. I can look into something, but not to say that I always do, but I literally went into this one blind, and don't get me wrong, it's pretty good. It's really refreshing. It's just definitely different. They're also known for their like bar food because they have like a brew pub and tap rooms, which is what they call it. They actually have pretty good food apparently. It's just from scratch recipes that they really like go into, and so it says at their brew pubs and tasting rooms in Bloomington, Columbus, Carmel, and Indianapolis, the flavor disclosures, the debates and the laughters and conversations flow freely as their beers do. So they kind of just have an open space. They like to treat their employees and their customers as family, which is cool because, you never want to be a part of something where you're just like, well, I hired you, I pay you to do your job. It's good to have that comfort that, they're really nice and stuff. Let's see. They have a wood shop. That's part of it because what they like to do is keep the environment the same. So their brew pubs are not like fancy and super, I guess, out there. They're known for keeping the historic portion of Indiana. They like to stay with what their community is. They don't like to change it. They're not trying to, gentrify the
Pawnee, Indiana.
Yes, Pawnee, Indiana.
No, we're not gonna go there.
Let's go, baby.
Pawnee, Indiana.
Yes,
You
sir.
got it right.
Yep.
So I thought that
Screw Eagleton.
I thought all that was really, really cool. They always have they bring a nice approach to their community as well. Always it's a safe place is what they want it to be.
Yeah.
For all their locations, and their menu is available online. They do have the option to order online, but I guess it's like offer pickup, so they don't deliver to your door, unfortunately. But they do distribute all throughout the nation, and then they even have a calendar of how they distribute their beers, because they I guess it's called a release calendar. So they have certain beers that are year round, certain beers that are seasonal, their specialty beers for the moment, and their new naked barrel hard seltzers. So they also have seltzers, and they kind of just get into that, what's available, if they can ship it. It's not always available, but if it's there, you'll see it on their website. So definitely check them out. They also go over certain events. I know that right now they're talking about doing a Attack of the Kissing Teddy Bear for the month of October. So that's something that's coming up for them that I saw, and I thought that was pretty interesting. It's actually a pretty big brewing company, and I'm kind of shocked that I've never heard of them because they actually have award-winning beers, and I'm excited to try more from them.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, that's what we're about. We always say this on every podcast, but we're here to try different beers and give shout outs to those companies that we try the beers from,
Yeah.
And the same goes for our Instagram page. We always try to follow those brewing companies that we've already reviewed. And, we're always open to suggestions. We never say no to anybody. Just if you guys have a suggestion for a beer, shoot us through. Like our previous podcast, Pablo, who gave us the beer Delirium,
right,
by Deliria, which is I still think it's a funny name. That was cool of him to do that and give us that beer to review. So we're always open to suggestions. We're never gonna be closed-minded when it comes to that. And
right.
so it's just awesome that we get to meet people every single day and discuss to them, the podcast, and what we talk about, and have them give their opinions. Well, you know what? Have you tried this? Have you tried that? Have you gone this? Have you gone that? That includes my boss. When I first told him about our beer, I'm sorry, not our beer. When I first told him about our podcast, he said, "Well, have you gone to this brewery?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, I've heard of it, but I've never gone there." He's telling us, "Oh, my friend owns it. You should probably go check it out." And that's kind of cool when you get into conversations like that, because that just opens the doors for other opportunities for you to expand and grow. So I just still think that's awesome. Obviously we want to thank Liquorland. We want to thank the guys that work at Total Wine who are being helpful.
Yeah.
And thank the people that help spread the word, not just of our podcast, but just of anything else. Those people. We greatly appreciate any
recommendations and support.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you guys still think? Okay, let me ask a question. Because I see everybody's cup right now. Why haven't we finished this beer? Because normally as we're talking, as we're doing our thing, we get to the bottom of the beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But why haven't we gotten to the bottom of beer today?
Well, for myself, I want to say because I've been doing all the talking.
That's valid. That's valid.
But it's refreshing. I guess maybe because it's sour and it's not something that you can easily down. I think it's just something that you can enjoy more on a hotter day. And
Okay.
We're recording this really late at night.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Cass?
I don't know, man. Like I like salt and lime as much as every other Mexican out there. But
This ain't it?
no. It's good. It's good. It's like a really good balance, but it's kind of like drinking tequino. You can't just down all of it because
Right.
the salt gets to you.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like salt and lime as much as any other person, but there's just some point where it's like, okay, this is enough salt. Like I can't take anymore. At least the flavor of it, not salt content itself, because I'm pretty sure this beer doesn't have any salt, or at least very minimal salt content in it. But the salt tastes like, yeah, like I can take it, but at some point, like I just got to be like, that's enough. But overall, dude, like I really like this beer. Like it's great. It's good, man. Like I can't say I hate it. It literally has everything. Like I said, like I stated
You were
earlier,
literally eating a lemon.
I was literally eating a lime with
a
salt
lime.
on it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
We
I'm
ate
drinking
the
here.
entire thing
God.
except for the
Except for the
skin.
zest, I
Or
guess.
yeah.
But-
the zest is the best part, though.
Well, you try eating the zest next time, man. But I'm good, man. I'll just eat the inside. That's cool with me.
Okay.
That's what he said.
But all in all, man, like, it's just like, when you drink the beer, the salt taste is what gets to you first.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's the lingering effect that of the salt in your mouth afterwards.
Yeah.
It's like the aftertaste, basically.
Yeah.
Um.
It's funny because it makes me thirsty. I keep drinking more, and then I keep having this
Yeah, but you
weird...
taste it. It's kind of like drinking salt water.
But
You're thirsty, but
I
you
don't
drink
drink
more,
salt
and
water.
it makes you even more thirsty, so you drink more.
I don't drink salt water.
It's just a sodium. That's the way it works. That's
Yeah.
why when
What's the sodium levels on this?
when you're
Where's the
thirsty-
nutrition facts.
it's just like when you're thirsty. You drink a soda and you're still thirsty.
No, it's just like the movie theaters. I don't know if anybody has ever known this. They put extra salt on the popcorn so that you buy a drink, which is why they have combos with popcorn and the soda, because the sweetness from the sugary parts of the soda will help balance out the saltiness from the popcorn.
Just the water from the soda.
I
The
ju-
water from the ice melted from you drinking your soda will help you.
I just thought they were trying to save me 75 cents though.
No, it's a trap. It's literally a trap.
Trap.
And for people who are Disney fans from at least the early 2000s or mid 2000s, I think.
It's
from
a trap.
No. I was gonna say Cory in the House. They get into that. It's about this kid who starts running the White House, but they have a popcorn machine, and the guy purposely wants to add more salt to it so that people start buying drinks to help with the sodium. But yeah, I guess part of that. So this is another thing that I found. It's really weird how they have like the menu where I found the beer, to kind of get more information on it, and it's cut off. So that kind of sucks. But it says that, like I mentioned earlier, the Reservado is a a barrel aged fruit sour ale, aged on tangerine zest, salted limes, and pink grapefruit. This beer begins life as an Upland basis lambic style ale. This variation, where it has two of them, one of them is aged tequila in barrels for 10 months.
Okay,
So I guess it's like blended in those barrels.
Yeah, that's a long time to be in a barrel.
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, like I mentioned, they got those barrels from the Oliver Winery.
Oliver Twist.
No,
Damn.
Oliver Winery. So they got those barrels, and I guess that's where they just started aging things and started crafting these delicacies, I want to call them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it's definitely unique to me.
yeah. I mean, the taste on this beer is definitely unique. I mean, with all that we're saying, I'm glad that we're all bringing up these things. Like I said, the beer itself, it's not for everyone.
Right. I don't think a lot of people like
a
it.
lot of people won't like this for sure.
I think if I gave this beer to 10 people, maybe one person will like it.
So you give it a 1 out of 10.
No.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
No.
That's what you're
As
saying.
far as a hoppy rating goes, and my personal rating, I enjoyed this beer because, like I said, it brought back the taste of a tejuino for me, in beer form.
Yeah.
I'd like to give my dad one of these and have him try it to see what he thinks.
I have to get him one.
This motherfucker salty.
Yeah, cause I mean,
But he loves salt.
I know he does.
yeah. So I'd like to give him one and have him try it out and see what he thinks of it. But as far as my rating goes for this beer, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. But then again, like I said, for me, it's just an acquired taste. I can handle drinking a beer like this and not complain about it and actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
So my score for this beer is a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Okay. How about you guys?
Me? I guess I'm next. Everybody's pointing to me.
Yeah, go for it.
Straight up, I'm gonna give it a 6.
A 6? Okay.
6. Not because it's bad. Not because the taste or whatever. Just because if you try to get a new person to drink a beer, this is not a go-to.
No.
Like straight up.
Yeah.
This is not a go-to.
Well, yeah, it's an acquired taste for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I think
as stated before.
I think a lot more. I don't want to say Mexicans. I guess Hispanics, because I don't know where that drink comes from.
Not even them, dude.
I think that it does resemble it.
It resembles it, but I'm pretty sure if you try to get Hispanics or Mexicans to drink this beer, I'm pretty sure more than I guess to throw out a number, like 70% of them are not gonna like it.
Yeah, it's not for everybody for sure.
It's really not for everybody. That's the only reason I gave it a 6. For me personally, like if I was giving it like a personal I guess for me, obviously, I'd give it a like 7. For sure, I give it a 7. I give it that extra point just because it was for me. But overall rating, a 6.
All right.
A 6 for sure.
What about you, Lena?
Let me see. I want to give it a 7. It's I like it. I do. And I know 7's not a high rating. It just it doesn't resemble a typical beer for me. And I don't want to say all beers taste the same. I guess that's a really bad phrase to say. I don't know. I like the taste. I can't stop drinking it. But it's not something I can definitely down. I think it's just something I'll just sip on throughout, as I have it. I think it was a good experience. It's something I've never tried before, aside from it tasting like that drink you mentioned.
Yeah.
Where you did give it to me before, and it definitely resembles it. It's not something that at least my Salvadorian family recognizes. I've never had it before I met you. It's good. It's a little salty, but I feel like if I drink it just slowly, I don't really feel it too much. I like that it's a 6% alcohol percentage. I like the fruitiness of it, even though it's more aged. So it's oddly enough not bitter, but just plain sour, and I kind of like it. I like it. It's definitely different than what we're used to with IPAs and stuff, where there's bitterness and all those like fruity flavors. It's a whole nother playing field, and it's an experience, and I kind of like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
would you say it's stone sour?
No, that stone is completely off the script.
I'm looking
Sorry.
at you through the glass.
he was referencing a band. So if you don't get the reference, I'll explain it to you. Stone Sour is a band that was formed by the lead singer of Slipknot, Corey Taylor, and it's called Stone Sour. And he has a song called "Through the Glass." So that's why he was bringing up those references.
I see.
He would play that song all the goddamn time. I'm pretty sure you know what it's like, but he would play that song all the goddamn time. And it was just,
Flames Kid?
yeah, Flames Kid.
You get him on a song, and you'll hear it 125 times a day.
I'm sorry.
You know it by the end of the day.
All right, guys.
The Digimon song, do you already know it?
Oh my god. Meet you.
That's not the one he's talking about. But anyways,
Oh, the new one?
with all that being said, and with my score of 7.5, Cass's score of 6, and Lena's score of 7, that brings us to an...
Okay, hold on. Just before you say anything, if you look at your beer,
Yeah, there's stuff at the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's probably where the zest comes from.
Yeah, I noticed that too at the bottom of the beer.
Yeah,
There's like some like little.
There's like little pieces of like grapefruit or something,
or the tangerine.
Either or, dude. But
It's just
this is where the zest comes from for sure.
Well, yeah, with all the scores being tallied in and calculated, we come to a hoppy rating of 6.83. So that's the hoppy rating we give it. And I know it's not one of our highest beers, but even with that being said,
see, the hoppy rating isn't what we like the most or what
it's just the average.
It's not the average. It's giving a rating for beers for people to try. So if you're not an average beer drinker, you're not gonna drink this. This is a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
not for everybody.
Yeah, it's like we gotta come back to what we're actually here for. We're here for people to try beer or like to try beer, but we're trying them for you, so we describe it.
Yeah, and that's what we're here for. We want to make sure that we give an honest review of the beer without being biased about it. Yeah, we may like the beer and we may enjoy it, but we also have to be honest about who else is going to be drinking it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to throw shade at any company, because honestly, these guys work hard to make their beers, but at the same time, it's like I can't tell somebody, hey, drink this, you're going to enjoy it, and then they're going to be like, oh, what the fuck was that? So we want to be completely honest and tell you guys, this beer is not for everybody. We enjoyed it. We like beers. We'll drink them.
Yeah. But
it's not for everybody. So this beer, take it, with a grain of salt.
Literally.
A grain, more like 10.
Well, take it with a grain of salt. Try it at your own risk.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely, before you shut it down because of what we said, give it a try.
Seeing hearing 6.8, seeing it on the board, kind of makes me sad, just because I kind of did like the beer. It's probably not for everyone, but there's flavors behind this thing, and I think it's really unique. It's pretty good. If you're not an avid beer drinker, I understand if you want to stay away from this one. It's a risk, but if you're interested in trying something that's gonna have like some zesty flavor with some lime and salt, I recommend it. I mean, it's probably gonna be hard to find. It's not something that you would see or call your attention very much. I guess we didn't really even get into what it looks like. It's a darkish bottle. Has a greenish background with some pink on the side. It's kind of like it looks like what, marble? Would you say that?
Kinda.
Yeah. Kind of has like this weird design to it. And then it just has like the Upland Sour Ales stamp on it.
Honestly, this thing reminds me of a wine bottle. It's simple and to the point. It tells you what it is. It gives you like pictures, or not pictures, but colors of what the wine has in it. And it's literally like kind of shaped like a wine bottle. It's like a long neck.
It kind of does, yeah.
Like, you know, like a fat body, a long neck. Yeah, it literally reminds me of a wine bottle.
Yeah. There's a passage actually. I didn't read this before. It says, our desire to innovate leads us to irrational ingredients and processes. But Reservado is the culmination of our search. Sorry. It features bases, our lambic style base ale, aged on Reservado, limes, and preserved pink grapefruit. Then blended with bases of aged in tequila barrels for up to 10 months. And finally infused with tangerine zest, bringing out the cohesive qualities of each blend. The result is a golden citrus forward ale, boosting complex fruity notes with dry mouthfeel and finish. That kind of makes sense.
It doesn't say corn anywhere on there.
Corn? Oh, okay.
I mean,
some maize.
Exactly. Wait, what the hell is maize?
Corn.
Yeah.
Wait, so maize from Lucifer's corn?
Maize, masa.
M-A-I-Z-E? That's corn.
Oh, never mind. It's not spelled the same. Okay.
Then what are you guys are spelling?
No, it's because there's a character on Lucifer called Maze.
Oh my god.
And her name is M-A-Z-E.
M-A-Z-E? Well, she's probably amazed, bro.
No, she's badass is what she is.
Yeah, she's probably amazed.
All right, guys. Well, with all that being said of our beer, any final thoughts? Any final thoughts you want to leave to our listeners about this particular beer? Because, like I said, most of our beers on the podcast have been passable. Like if somebody drinks them, they're passable. They're okay. There's nothing wrong with them. This is the one that I would say.
This is not passable, bro.
This is not passable.
It's not. And somebody will taste this and they'll either like it or hate it.
Exactly. So, like I said, we want to be completely honest and tell our listeners this isn't the beer that's gonna pass your palate.
No.
If you buy this, you're taking it at your own risk, and you and I'm assuming you've listened through the whole thing of us warning you how it tastes.
Listen to the whole thing.
How it tastes like. But yeah, my final words is just take our suggestion with a grain of salt. You know, and try it yourself.
Yeah.
Don't judge this beer based on what we've said. You know, everybody has a different palate. Everybody has different tastes, and you know, different. I guess just different tastes.
Well, I mean,
you know?
I wouldn't say don't take into account what we said, because like I've stated before, you know, that's what we're here for. We're here to describe beers for people. Yeah. But you know, definitely if what we're describing doesn't suit what you like, don't try it. No, I'm being serious. Yeah. Like if we're talking about limes, zest, and salt, and grapefruit, and all this other stuff, and you don't like any of that, like legitimately don't try it.
Yeah.
Or even if there's like one ingredient in whatever we said that you don't like, then don't try it. And if you do try it, like I said, like Flames Kids stated before, it's at your own risk.
Yeah. What about you, Lena? Because I know this was your pick, and I know you know I don't want you to feel bad about picking it, because honestly, to us it was great.
I don't feel bad. I agree that it's. I don't feel bad. I agree that it's not for everyone. Yeah. Like I said, it makes me sad that's a 6.8 when I kind of liked it. I don't know. I guess it's the limeness with maybe with the salt. It reminds me maybe like of a margarita. Like I said, to me,
yeah, you're right.
To me, it's not much of a beer flavored. I like the fruitiness. It's completely different than I've ever tasted. I absolutely agree. Like, we should warn people before buying it, that it's probably not in their interest if they're not, they're not familiar with the drink that you mentioned or anything like that. But I would also say screw it. Give it a try if you want to. I mean, we can't stop you, obviously. And I don't know, if you're really into limey stuff with salt, I think you might actually like it. It's different.
Yeah.
It's absolutely different. And I don't know. I don't feel bad at all. I
No, of course. I mean, I'm not saying that it's something that tastes bad.
No,
You should
I
feel
mean,
bad.
I mean, look, I'm looking at our glasses and they're basically empty, and that makes me happy because I mean, we liked it. And,
Yeah.
and all we're doing is warning people that it might not be for them if they're not into this type of stuff. It's something like it's an acquired taste. It's not an average beer. It's not a lager. It's a sour ale with specific flavors. It's aged. It has a hint of tequila in it because it was aged for 10 months in a tequila barrel. I don't know. I've never heard of a beer aged in a tequila barrel. What the hell is that? That's awesome. But it's interesting, and it's definitely hitting now that I finished it.
All right. So with all that being said, and with those being our final words, we just want to, tell you guys, the listeners, thank you guys again for, listening to us and standing with us through these, 2 hours. I don't want to say it's 2 hours, like an hour and a half. But yeah, thank you guys for listening to us. We've been the Hoppy Time Podcast. Follow us on our website at hoppytimepodcast.com.
Check out our Discord. Flameskid puts a lot of work into it.
I try to. I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, if you guys don't have Instagram, as long as you follow the Discord, it basically sends you alerts to all of our social medias and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys will get updates, as they happen. And we are also working through merch, which has kind of been a hassle. One, because our time, we're very constricted with time.
Yes, because we're just so busy.
And two, it's just been hard to find a good price for
everyone.
Yeah, for everyone. Just not for us to sell it to you guys. We don't want to sell you a $50 shirt and then expect you guys to pay $50. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure we find a good price for everybody, for you guys, for us. So when we have merch all lined up for you guys, we'll announce it on our Instagram first, and then obviously through the podcast. But yeah, so far, we hope that you guys have enjoyed our episodes, and up until now, we've, all we ask is give us a listen, spread the word. For sure, we'll have some stickers coming up soon. But yeah, with that being said, I've been Flameskid.
I've been Lena.
And I've been Chris Cass.
And we bid you adieu for tonight.
Don't drink and drive. Drive responsibly and have a great night.
And we hope that the Dodgers actually win the NLCS to go to the World Series.
And the World Series.
Not the World. Well, we'll see about that.
Whoa, you said not the World. Oh my God, my heart is broken.
All right, guys. Good night.